Well, favorability and job approval tend to have pretty strong relationships with each other, and favorability oftentimes can work as a proxy for job approval. And I think that's one of the things to take away from this is even though we're actually seeing a lot of people who support Trump disapprove of his behavior over the last couple of weeks, it doesn't seem to actually be damaging his approval rating. We see in this HarrisX polling, his approval rating has essentially been stable over the last couple of weeks. His favorability rating likewise has been stable over the last couple of weeks. And I think that, again, speaks to how even though people may disapprove of his actions, the president's actions, a lot of his supporters are going to essentially forgive that. And it goes back to 2016 when the president said he could shoot somebody in the middle of the street and get away with it. That seems to be true. He can do virtually anything, and his supporters will rationalize that and continue to support him at the top line level. Biden certainly does not have the cult of personality around him that Donald Trump does, and that support really insulated Donald Trump and his approval rating from moving despite all of the crazy events that have happened over the last 4 years. We never really saw the president's approval rating move more than a couple of percentage points. I don't think Joe Biden is going to enjoy that same type of resiliency. So his approval rating is quite likely going to fluctuate more than Trump's did. I do think, though, that there's going to be a very definite ceiling on how high Biden's approval rating could get, because, again, Trump supporters are so devoted to him and his worldview that they're not going to support Biden under any circumstance. So, we may see Biden enter his first term with, high 50s, maybe even 60% approval rating, but that'll essentially be entirely based on Democratic and independent support and almost no Republican support. And it's quite likely, depending on Biden's actual job performance, that those Democrats and independents may find themselves disapproving of what he's done, and we'll see Biden's numbers drop. We've actually started in our Reuters Ipsos polling tracking job approval for Biden as president-elect, and we're seeing right now that it's in the high 50s, about 60%, which, again, is relatively in line with past presidents when they assume office. They tend to start off at a relatively high level, have a sort of honeymoon period. But, yes, I think it is an open question, and, Joe Biden's assuming office with all kind of crazy events that he has to manage, and with, potentially a Republican-controlled Senate that is looking to prevent him from being able to do a lot. So I do think there's an open question into how strong and resilient public support for Biden will be in the face of all of this, tragedy that's unfolding in the United States.